1 to 10, how impressive were the Lakers last night getting it done?
I'm going to give them an 8. This was a game that we've been waiting for. This was the game where the Lakers showed the Suns what time it was. That, look, you had a nice season, but now it's time to go home for the summer, think about what you've learned, mature, and then come back and we'll see you next year. That you can't beat us. All right, this was the game in which they did that. And I say that because they didn't just edge the Suns. They didn't get hot from three like anybody in the NBA can and have a great shooting night that the Suns could write off as an aberration. Oh, they just got hot. They won't do that again. No, they beat the Suns in a way that the Suns have no answer for. There's no adjustments to be made for what the Lakers did to the Suns last night. And that's why they've put this series, I thought they were going to win in 5 anyway, but now they've put this series out of reach for Phoenix because, as I've been saying, guys, and I've been clamoring for it. If you're going to play big, Lakers, with Andre Drummond, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James as a huge front line, then play big. Don't just be big, play big. And they did it last night. They demolished Phoenix in the paint. They're not just posting up, but driving into the lane, not settling for jump shots, not settling for threes. They didn't even shoot well from 3, in fact. But they pounded them in the paint. They had 58 points in the paint. That's 14 more than they had in either of the first 2 games. They out-rebounded Phoenix by 16. They had 15 offensive rebounds. And in the third quarter, this is astonishing. In the third quarter, when they blew the game open, all 13 of the Lakers' baskets came in the paint. That is incredible. And that is what the Suns don't have an answer for. They're just not big enough. They're just not strong enough. You see Mikal Bridges on LeBron. I know Crowder's on him too. But Mikal Bridges looks like a little boy trying to guard LeBron. And LeBron, that's the other thing. He's back. All right, I love the savvy, smart, calm, cool LeBron that we saw in the first 2 games. But I like this one better. All right, where he'll overwhelm you with his strength and his athleticism. He went to the basket with abandon. He finished in the paint. And that is what I figured would eventually start to happen in these playoffs. But with LeBron like that and capable, I'm not saying he'll do that next game. He may take his time and be calm, more savvy next game too. But knowing that capability is there, he can turn it on when he wants. Because first half he wasn't really into it. And then the second half he just turned it on. I only gave them an 8 because they got a little complacent in the late in the fourth quarter and gave the Suns a bit of life when they cut it to 8. But the Suns know and the Lakers know, and we all know now that this is over.
Chris, you've been cheating on my paper because that's what I gave them. I gave them an 8 also, and I thought they were impressive. But when you think about it, they were 4 from 17 on wide-open threes. Chris, you said they didn't shoot the ball well from 3. They didn't shoot the ball anywhere well except the paint. And that's what's so amazing about what they did, how they were able to seize control of this ball game, and they didn't get hot. Everybody else has gotten streaky hot from the 3 in the playoffs, at least once. We have been terrible from 3 all 3 games. So what happens if we get hot? If KCP can ever hit more than 2 shots from distance, if we get hot,
now he's your target.
No, he ain't no target. Yeah. But he playing great defense. As long as he keep making it tough on Book, keeping being efficient, we can live with that. Yes, we would like to see him hit wide open shots, but he's doing a great job on the defensive end. But I kept telling you, Chris, I said the Drum Dog Millionaire, they need to ride Big Drum.
That's a terrible nickname.
Big Drum.
Terrible. It's lame.
I told you, Skip, remember I kept telling you, I said you can't judge Andre Drummond until you see him with LeBron and AD. I say that then because LeBron will feed him. He's running up and down the court, Chris. He's getting rebound after rebound. He's blocking shot. He's doing all he can. And then nobody wants to give him the ball. LeBron's like, bruh, you keep playing like that, I won't give you the ball. I won't call a set for you. What LeBron do? LeBron went to the side, Drum posted DeAndre Ayton, and what happened to him? Hit him with the spin and dunked on him like Elijah Wan. I said, okay, Drummond. Now, after Drummond, I remember seeing. It's just a matter of time.
We're in Detroit. We lost every playoff game he ever played.
Well, still, which, as the 8th seed, there's not only been a handful of 8 seeds that's ever won a series, right, Chris? In the first, the Nuggets did it. They beat Seattle.
He came to L.A. 0-8 in playoff.
But guess what? He probably he'll be 500, over 500 by the time he done, come with a championship.
Yep.
So I gave him an 8. They were impressive. As Chris said, they didn't shoot well. But Skip, you remember now, how many points they scored? 95. They got 99 the first game, and they barely squeaked over 100. I'm just saying, it ain't none of my business, but there's a reason why we number 1 defense.
This is about to be my business. You guys amuse me. I don't know what I'd do without this show and you two to bring such laughter to my mornings, because I'm going to give the Lakers, I'm going to be really nice to the Lakers, and I'm going to give them a 2 on the impressive scale.
You just gave them a 1 the other day.
I know, but I'm going to give them a 2. I don't even know why, just to be a good guy, because my Clippers are so bad that I should give the Lakers some love today of a 2.
Thank you.
Because Chris says, they showed those Suns what time it is.
It is.
It is MRI time for Chris Paul, because he is injured. He didn't just have a stinger that comes and flashes and goes. He's hurt. His shoulder is hurt. He is a sad shell of himself. He can't pass the basketball with his right hand. He can barely shoot it with his right hand. He led the NBA in free throw shooting. And in this series, he's now 3 of 6 from the free throw line. The baskets that he made last night were miraculous. They were true miracles. He made 2 little mid-range jump shots. He had to suck it up and just will the ball in the basket. And then he barely played in the second half and scored 0 points. And for these 3 games, Chris Paul is averaging 6.7 assists and points and 6.3 assists. 6.7 and 6.3. During the year, he was 16 and 9 in the MVP conversation. A year ago, the Suns were no good. They did sweep the bubble. They went 8-0 in the bubble, but they went to the bubble at 26 and 39. You guys last night beat the 26 and 39 Phoenix Suns, the setting Suns, because they're not very good. And Ja Morant was just dumb enough before the game to...
Jay Crowder,
Jay Crowder, what'd I say? Jay Crowder was just dumb enough before the game to like a post suggesting that the Lakers' bubble ring was fraudulent. And that's all that the Suns needed, because they don't have Chris Paul. And that last night, Saric couldn't even play. They didn't even have Saric last night. And then Ja Morant puts himself in the grinder because Laker fans
Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder. I said, what do I call him? John? Jay Crowder is putting himself in the grinder in the first playoff game at Staples in 8 years. They're chanting at him from the tip-off because they're angry with Jay Crowder because he's disrespecting their Lakers so badly before the game.
Right.
And guess what he does? He goes completely in the tank during the game. He shoots 2 of 9 and 1 of 7 from 3. You like that? And you guys are giving him an 8? How can you give them an 8 for this?
Well, Jay Crowder's 2 of 20 from the 3 in the series.
Okay, that's that guy.
But Skip,
that's who they are.
But Skip, but he's the one that's guarding AD. So why would you poke AD? AD just went for 30, 34, and 10 against you two days early.
That post was aimed at AD. I don't know why AD.
And so that you got to guard AD. What you think AD's thinking? AD, so I'm fraudulent now. Oh, so you think I'm a fraud. Okay, let me show you.
So what did LeBron do in the fourth quarter? He was just clowning him. Yep. He was taunting him. He was embarrassing him. If we could just see this.
Yeah.
This is the play of the game. Watch Big Penguin on the bench. Just watch Big Penguin. Okay.
He knows what's coming. Yeah. Everybody knows what's coming.
Here we go. Leaning on Jay Crowder. Leaning.
Do what you do, Drummond.
Lean. Drummond's leaning. He's mimicking LeBron. Mimicking. Lean on him and spin on him.
It should have been an and one.
It took all LeBron's 36-year-old legs to sort of muster up that lead.
Jay, you know you can't do anything with me, bro.
Even now he can't do anything with year 18 LeBron. Are you kidding me?
That ain't no shame in that, Skip.
Okay.
Ain't nobody gonna do anything
What did I
with
tell you yesterday? That this was over at 1-1. It was already over. Look at this. And look at the bench. Look at them. They're like little kids jumping up and down.
They know
Way to go.
Skip, they know what was coming.
The Suns have set. You know it, and I know
And then it got so bad. Chris, you know, we might not win the game, but we going to win the fight. You know, we growing up, we might be losing the game. We start swinging on folks like that. We might lose the game, but we going to win the fight.
They were basically swinging. Yeah, because, we got to see the push. Because Booker just lost it at the end of the game and just shoves Schroeder, who's airborne at that point, and then Crowder takes a little shot at him.
Crowder might have helped him because he pushed it back the other way.
They frustrated Book.
Yep.
That's how y'all get, Chris. You know y'all light-skinned guys, we be talking about y'all can't play basketball. Y'all get upset.
And Chris.
That used to be the thing.
Yeah. Chris, I try to love Devin Booker. I do, because he's a star, and I want him to be a superstar. He's a lousy three-point shooter. He's another one. He's 34%. If you can just push him out a little bit, he's deadly from mid-range.
Yeah.
But look at what he was. What was he, 7 of 17 last night? 1 of 4?
6 of 19.
6 of 19.
17 the night before, 2 nights ago. Yeah.
Okay. So they don't even have their star rising to this occasion. And
that's the thing he's got to improve. Yep, the three-point shot.
And DeAndre Ayton.
And Skip, obviously.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, DeAndre Ayton, they got outscored in the paint 58-38 because he plays no defense. It's like there's a rule. You can play offense, but you can't play defense. Where is he on defense? He doesn't protect the rim at all.
He's only so much.
But I don't think he can stop. He can't stop AD in the paint. He certainly can't stop Drummond in the paint.
Yeah.
So, look, he's played well, but getting outplayed by AD is no shame. You're right, obviously, about Chris Paul, but here's the thing. And I had Chris third on my MVP ballot. Yep. So I respected all he did for this team this year. But remember, Ayton was suspended for 25 games last year, early in the season. And it was when he came back in late December that the Suns really started playing much better. They were actually an over 500 team in the West. So it's impressive. Over 500 from the time Ayton got back from suspension. So they were on the rise anyway. I think they would have made the playoffs anyway without Chris. But he took them to the top. But even with a healthy Chris Paul, this wouldn't have mattered. The Lakers they're just the better team. And they could do the same thing they did last night to him with Chris Paul. Healthy.
And then there's Skip's favorite word, those setting suns. I don't know, that's so good.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.